Hi and welcome to our channel. We are grateful to have you here. Please go and show our beautiful YouTube family members some love and let them know Mama McCrazy's in them sent you. If you would like to become a part of our family, just hit the join button below. For $1.99 a month, you get a shout out in each and every video. We do share your videos on our community tab. We create playlists for you. And we make shout out videos once a month just for you. All right, it is now Thursday, and I'm getting ready to head to pick Taliya up from school. Hopefully this air conditioner is not too loud. Okay, I'm heading to pick Taliya up from school to take her to a doctor's appointment. It's 1:16. She has to be there at 3. And the reason for this doctor's visit is just because we all have allergies in my household, and hence the raspiness in my voice. The pollen and everything has been so high, and I've been giving her allergy medications, and she is just congested, so she might need a steroid. I don't know, but I'm thinking she may have like some type of sinus headache too, because she keeps putting my hand on her head, wanting me to massage it. So we're gonna do that, and then I'll come back and I'll cook dinner. I don't really vlog too much of my daily life, because when it's busy, and when it's not, it is boring as heck, like you know. And I just want to say that I appreciate you guys for all the love and support you've been giving us. I am a college student, and it's the end of the semester. My grades aren't looking so great, so I've had to step away from YouTube a little bit and focus on that, because I have dreams and aspirations, y'all. YouTube is a part of it, but YouTube is more or less like my backup plan, you know. So anyway, stay tuned.
Mama make crazy and Neil, Kayla, Taliya and Neil, got me crazy. We living life in these YouTube streets. Ain't no time for us to sleep, cause the family gotta eat. We stay on the hustle, flexing a creative muscle, bring it to the
We now have Miss Tookbook with us. Can you say hi? Taliya, can you say hi? You're not gonna say hi. You're not gonna say hi, but you're smiling. All right, so we are now headed to the doctor's office. Taliya. Taliya's being so well behaved. Yeah. All right, so Tookbook is waiting so patiently. That girl wants some French fries, don't she? You want some French fries? And Mama told her, I told her if she be good, she'll get some strings. I'll go to the Dollar Tree and get her some strings. I sure will. I sure will, Tookbook. Beautiful. 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 You got crusties in your eye. You got crusties in your eye. Yeah. So beautiful. Oh, Mommy got makeup all on your... Oh, goodness. Makeup all on you. Mommy put makeup on you. No. What are we gonna do? Yeah. No. Dr. Batista's gonna do that. Mommy don't know how. You and your strings. You and your strings. I still... No. Don't know how you hit your head. BB bonk. BB bonk. BB bonk. Let's see. Are you Mommy's twin or are you Daddy's twin? Who you look like? You look like your mommy, don't you? You do, yeah, you do look like your mommy. Look, say cheese. Oh. My tugger. Yeah, my tugger. Yes, I do. Yeah, my tugger. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yeah, my tugger. Say, I love you. Say, I love you. Okay, yum. I really don't like my face being touched, Taliya. I don't. My tugger. My girl. So Miss Taliya is wheezing, so she's gonna have to start using her inhaler, a steroid, and she has to get an antibiotic because she has an ear infection. My poor baby. Just been suffering for like a week or two. My poor girl. But you're gonna feel better now, huh? Taliya was being good, so she got her fries and she got her string. Where's your string, Taliya? Can we see a string? I don't know what she did with the string, so anyway. Give me that. You ate them? You ate all of them? You still got some left? Okay. All right, so it is Autism Awareness Month, and I've been needing to record a video about my take on autism and being a mother of a child with autism. I just haven't really had time, so I'm gonna try to give you guys like a quick brief history about Taliya and her diagnosis with autism. We are at the pharmacy picking up her medication that she was prescribed, so I may have to move in a little bit. But anyhow, so first and foremost, Taliya was born at 25 weeks old. She was thriving and actually doing a lot better than what they told us, most premature babies do. She wasn't 2 months behind developmentally, as they said, but she did have some lung issues. She had a small brain bleed, and she would not drink from the bottle, or would she latch on to breastfeed. So they told us that in order for her to come home, of course, she had to be able to take in formula, and that she could not come home with the feeding tube down her nose. So we decided to go ahead and get a G tube put in, which is, where you feed directly to the stomach. And with that, because she had some lung issues, once they put her on the ventilator to do the procedure, they also did what they call a fundoplication, where they tie up a portion of the stomach, because they kept telling us that the reason why she wouldn't drink is because she had acid reflux and she associated it with that, so she just wouldn't eat. Well, anyway, so once they put her on the ventilator, it was really hard to get her back off, so they put her on a steroid. With that, she ended up developing pancreatitis. So she was only, I think, 10 months old when she developed pancreatitis. So she came home for about a month. She was in the NICU for 9 months, came home for about 5 weeks, I think, and then she went back and was hospitalized in the PICU for pancreatitis. So there's a really long history with her being in the PICU. She coded a couple of times, so on and so forth. She ended up being in the PICU for about 6 months, and then she left there and she went to like a rehabilitation hospital, and she was at the rehabilitation hospital. Give it here, baby. Give it to mama. Thank you. She was at the rehabilitation hospital until she was 2.5. Okay, so she came home at about 3 years old. They just diagnosed her as being developmentally delayed. She had a trach, so she wasn't able to talk. She wasn't able to crawl. she could roll over and she could sit up. But there's a long story behind that too. If you guys want to know a little more of a detailed story about that, I can do a story time if you guys request it. But so she went to school immediately, where they just treated her as premature and developmentally delayed. But I started noticing little things like she would rock back and forth and she would watch her hand like this when she was rocking. And then by the time she was about 4 years old, she started hand flapping. She started rocking back and forth in her seat. And the number one thing was she would do things repetitively. So if she had a toy that made noise, don't hit the window, Taliya. Taliya, don't do that. Yes, thank you. If she had a toy that made noise, she would press the button over and over and over again. And at that time, she was getting speech therapy, physical therapy, and occupational therapy, to help catch her up to speed. She also started walking around 4.5, which I don't think had anything to do with the autism. I really think that was because she was developmentally delayed and because she had a stroke before she was a year old. But again, I'll get into that stuff if you guys want a more in-depth story time about her medical history. So I asked the speech therapist, I said, do you think that it's possible that she might be autistic? And she said, of course I can't diagnose her, but I will say, mommy can't get it. I will say that, she does do some of the things that are on the spectrum. Taliya was not diagnosed until, hang on you guys. No yelling. So Taliya went into the behavioral doctor at 5 years old and she was not diagnosed until she was 8. There's an extensive evaluation that they have to do. We had to go like a couple of times. And then the doctor finally said, okay, so she does have at least one, hold on you guys. Okay, so she said that she had at least one, there's like 4 different categories, and she had, I guess you could say, a characteristic in each of those. So then she did say that she was autistic. So then we were able to get her on an IEP at school that treated her for autism. Now, being a mom of a child that is autistic, I will say it can be very, very, very challenging. I love my baby. I wouldn't give her up for anything in the world. She has lots of moments where she's so sweet and she just doesn't cease to surprise me with how intelligent she is. Oh, and I have to say, she's also nonverbal. Every now and then I can understand something that she says, but it's not very often, and she will say things under her breath sometimes. But we do have lots of really challenging moments. I'll say, like, starting out, the most challenging thing was, what do we do now? What do we do now? I don't understand autism. I don't know exactly what it means. There's no handbook that they give you, and each individual who has autism has different symptoms, different characteristics. You have high functioning and low functioning and things like that. So it took a lot of studying for me to kind of understand. And I'll tell you, she's about to be 13 in November, and it's just starting to click for me, because if you don't have money, and I'm just going to be honest, if you don't have the finances, there's no training for parents of children with autism. The insurance, the Medicaid insurance, they pay for certain things, but it's so hard, especially here in Houston, to find. I keep looking because I'm thinking she's going to answer the thing and start talking to me. But anyway, here in Houston, it's so hard to find like providers and things like that because there's so many kids with autism. And there's also, you know, they talk about, and I don't know if this is necessarily true or not, but they talk about how, you know, African American people are kind of pushed to the side, and it could be true, maybe not. But anyway, so they do have parent training, but you have to have the resources, you have to have the finances, and it costs a lot of money. They did tell us that there's a school that's completely free, but it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours away, and we couldn't just pick up our life and just move, you know. And it would have been nice if we could, but they have ABA, which is adaptive behavioral analysis. They just approved in the state of Texas for kids with autism who are on Medicaid to receive free ABA. But again, no providers. It's like no one wants to, you know, take her. And we were with the company and on the list and all of that before it got approved, but they pushed us to the side. They told us she required too many hours or something. I can't remember, but if you ask what are some of the challenges, just a second. Okay, so the biggest challenge is the meltdowns, not knowing when they're going to happen and not understanding why they happen. And when I say meltdown, I don't want no, not right now. I don't want you guys to take that lightly, because imagine a toddler throwing the biggest fit ever, but more violent, attacking you and injuring themselves and anybody else that is around. It doesn't matter if it's a stranger, a small kid, an adult, it doesn't matter who it is. And so not knowing when she's going to behave that way, and so it's kind of like, do we go around people or do we stay at home? Do we take her places or do we, you know, because I don't want anyone else getting injured. It's not because I care what people think about us, because I don't care what people think about us. I just don't want anyone else getting injured. And she would, you know, like put her head through the wall, and she'd, you know, throw these really big fits, and I couldn't figure out why. She would do it like almost all day, and the teachers and the therapists we're just about finished here, so I'm gonna finish the rest of this a little later. All right, so we are at another Walgreens, and I have the other two, Trinity and Taylor, in the truck with me now. But that Walgreens didn't have her medicine. So anyway, the teachers would just say, well, you know, she can't communicate, so imagine how frustrating that is. And I'm like, I get it, she can't communicate, so she'll throw fits. But it's like, what is it that she's trying to communicate was the issue. So finally I was like, okay, you know what, one thing is we have to stop running and catering to her every single time she throws a fit, giving her whatever she wants, because she sees that as, oh, this is all I have to do, and they're going to figure out what I want, and I'm going to get what I want. And the other thing was, I got her into psychiatry, because after doing some research of my own, I realized that autism you can have anxiety, you can have OCD, you can have ODD, you can have ADHD and things like that. And I couldn't imagine having all of those different things going on at the same time, not being able to communicate that, you know, your mental health isn't well. So I got her into psychiatry, and the psychiatrist started working with me on putting her on different medications to help keep her a little calm. And with that, her tantrums calmed down so much that I could pretty much, y'all, Taliya is getting fuzz like everywhere. Y'all can see it flying around in the video. But I could pretty much determine what she was throwing a fit for. I narrowed it down to like just a few things. Just a second, y'all. So I narrowed it down to hunger, sleep deprivation, wanting to go to the restroom, wanting to go outside, and not feeling well. Pretty much kind of like with the baby. But what Taliya would do is if she saw someone with something and she wanted it, she would just flip all the way out. And it's like, how are you supposed to know that she wants what that other person has? But at the same time, teaching her that just because you see something that you want doesn't mean that you act like that and you behave like that. So it has taken a lot of me just paying really close attention to her behaviors. But also, she got kicked out of the public school that she was in and sent to another school that is pretty much for kids with autism and special needs. Her teacher is ABA certified, which is awesome, because she works with me on, you know, what we can do at home and how we can work together as a team to get the behaviors under control. And it has worked tremendously. We have some little icons at home that we tape to the wall, and she can go point to those to kind of communicate like, this is what I want. Because they have like all different things that nonverbal kids can do, but for instance, like devices that can speak for them. But Taliya would just use that stuff as a stem, or she would use it as a weapon, because usually those things are hard, right? She'd either hit herself with it or throw it and hit someone with it, or break it up or tear it up. I also realized lately that she absolutely loves attention, and if she's not getting any attention, then she will act out. She will act out because she, you know, loves attention. So it's still a learning process for all of us, but it definitely takes more than one person to do things, because there's a lot of she needs one-on-one individualized attention, and unfortunately, you know, I can't give her that all day long. I have 2 other children, a husband, a home to take care of, school, you know, myself. So yeah, but we all work together trying to figure it out, and it can get a little frustrating for everybody. But she's also going to go to summer school this year. Summer school, they have what they call ESY. It's a program for kids with disabilities who don't do good like with a break in their routine, and she does not do well with breaks in her routine, especially if we're in the house like all the time, because she does like to get out of the house and do things. But when she's tired, and you know, you just never know how she's going to handle things. Thankfully, Taliya was born into a loud family. So she had no choice but to get used to loud noises and things like that. So she doesn't, you know, freak out with noises. And I know some people with autism, they don't like noises, they don't like textures. There's just a lot to it. So I'm pretty sure you know, Trinity and Taylor, they could tell you what it's like being a sister, a big sister and a little sister of a sibling with special needs with autism. Things in this past year, like I say, since she started school, has gotten a lot better, but we love her nonetheless, huh, Tugga? Taliya, we love you. What she's doing right now is stimming. I actually looked at a video not too long ago from a lady who is autistic and she's high functioning. I thought that bird was a wasp or something coming in here. Anyway, she described stimming. She said everybody does it. You know, some of us will bite our lip or bite our fingernails or shake our foot or, you know, twirl our hair or something like that when we're a little overstimulated. So people with autism, they have to, it's their coping mechanism. So if they're really excited, they might stim. If they're really overstimulated, they might stim and stuff like that. And also with Taliya, there's a lot of things that she did not know, but we have to be careful what we teach her, because once she learns something, it becomes a repetitive behavior. So for instance, when we taught her to flush the toilet, she would just, we had to lock the door. We had to start turning the water valve off because she would just flush. Tell her to turn the shower on. She kept going in the bathroom, turning the shower on for no reason at all, you know. So there are some things that we can't teach her, but she's very capable of learning. She is very, very, very intelligent, and she pays very, don't let her chew up your shoe. She pays very close attention to everything. She has so much personality. She knows what she likes. She understands humor. You know, she will laugh at things sometimes, and she knows right from wrong. Sometimes she just can't control her behaviors. But that is my take on being a mother of a child with autism and what I know about autism. If you guys have any more questions, just comment down below and I will answer them to the best of my knowledge. Well, y'all, so we finally made it home. I'm getting a late start on dinner. I don't know if y'all can see, it is 7 something, but I am attempting to make some fettuccine alfredo with chicken. I haven't done it in a really long time, so we're gonna see how that turns out. Yeah, Taliya is, oh, I'm tripping over stuff, chilling up in Trin's room. Trin is cleaning her room. Get that shoe off Trin's bed. And I don't know where Trin disappeared to, but she's supposed to be watching Taliya so I can cook. I forgot to tell y'all, Taylor's in the shower. Y'all, let me just tell y'all, as a mom, I have learned to just do my best. Y'all see that? Where we at? Right there? It's a big old hole because Taliya used to sit there to eat and she banged her head in the wall, and I don't know how to fix it. I'm scared to have the landlord fix it. Might be like, y'all got to go. She's putting holes in the wall, whatever. I have hardly no decorations because I had to get rid of most of them. Taliya was tearing them all down. But yeah, I just had to learn as a mom, especially with a child with autism, that I just have to do my best, and my best is okay. My best is good enough. I'm not neglecting my children. I may not get to do everything. Let me try to prop y'all up somewhere. Let me see. I may not get to do every single thing that I want to do, but I'm not neglecting them. They're clean. All of their needs are met. They have food. We have good conversations. They know they can talk to me about anything. And so I just had to accept that my best is good enough. And I think that should go for any mom out there, regardless to if you are a mom of a child with special needs or not. your best is good enough. And your kids see you. Sometimes they may not sometimes they may not act like they appreciate what you're doing, but they do. I don't know if I told y'all I saw a therapist once. I really wish I could see her again, but she told me the fact that I was concerned about whether or not I was a good mom means I'm a good mom. I have y'all in the cabinet. But yeah, she told me the fact that I am concerned about whether or not I'm a good mom means I'm a good mom. Trinity, where are you? You're supposed to be watching your sister. Well, get her from by these trash cans. Please and thank you. I'm making the pasta with some stir-fried rice noodles. I've never done that before, but Taliya is allergic to gluten and wheat and all that jazz, so I said, well, I gotta make it do what it do. Okay, 4 to 6 minutes until tender but firm. And I'll just come back on if there's anything else I think of. So the first batch of chicken is done. I'm just going to sit this over here with some foil over it while I finish cooking the rest, and then I'll start the cheese sauce. So I forgot to show y'all my sauce, but I put 2 sticks of butter, a whole 32 ounce of heavy whipping cream, some Parmesan cheese. I put a little bit of Velveeta cheese. I know that makes it not Alfredo, but I don't care. I used to go to this Italian restaurant that had this 5 cheese pasta or something. I don't know, y'all, but it was good. And then I put just a little bit of mozzarella cheese. Just a little bit. I might have to add some more heavy whipping cream, but we'll see as that cooks. And I forgot to tell y'all, I seasoned it with Italian seasoning, garlic powder, Lowry seasoned salt, and that's it. All right, so my chicken is done. I've put the pasta in the sauce, and I'm waiting on the vegetables, and it is now 8:03. Anyway, I don't know if y'all can see that, but that is today's meal. Piping hot. Here it is in the pot. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Today's post notification bell shout out goes to that girl Tamira. You guys, if you do not know that girl Tamira, go and check her out and tell her Mama McCrazies and them sent you. She has a vlog channel, and she is such a beautiful